Hey guys, welcome back to the Rookie Talks podcast. My name is Healy.
I'm Harry. Nice to meet you, boys.
Cooper, bro, you were meant to introduce yourself.
Yeah, bro, it's Cooper.
Anyway, as always, we are brought to you by Mint Mo Apparel. Check us out on Instagram at Mint Mo Apparel and cop yourself something fresh. Let's get into it.
Yeah, so as you all know, you already got Harry Vella on the podcast. How's it going, bro?
Yeah, good boys. Thanks for having me on.
How are you finding isolation so far, bro?
Yeah, it's been really weird, I guess, but no, it's been pretty good. I guess the academy's hooked us up with some good programs, so I've had a bit of guidance the whole time through, and then I guess just getting a bit of uni done as well, which probably wouldn't have had as much time to do if it hadn't happened. So it hasn't been too bad for me, I guess.
Yeah, man, so it's all working out. Just to everyone listening, I got to apologise. I wasn't on the last podcast. Had some technical difficulties with the computer, but we're all good to go now.
Yeah, we're on now.
And let's get into it. We'll get Harry to introduce himself. Go for it, bro.
Yeah, boy. So I guess I been at Nudgee for a couple of years. Graduated. This is my first year out of school, so I'm 3 years playing for Nudgee, I guess, and first year out at Brothers now, and in the Reds Academy. Just grinding away there and seeing what's happening. Yeah, it's not too much on the cards at the moment, I guess, because of the Corona business. So it's just a lot of individual training, I guess, and getting ready for everything to kick back off. So it's good to be on and talking to you boys.
Yes, it does. Yeah, we appreciate having you on.
Cheers, lads.
So you went to Nudgee. We're both from the Sunshine Coast, so we know that you spent a bit of time there yourself.
Yeah, definitely.
So can you talk us through that? When did you start? When did you leave?
So I think it's been a while actually since I've thought about it, but I think I left the coast in grade 9 to go to Nudgee in grade 10, but it was a pretty sick ride from on the coast, as you'd both kind of know. Like I moved to the coast when I was like little, from Mackay in North Queensland, and so I was based in there. I'm still based in Nambour, and kind of like played there, and then got the opportunity to go to Sunny Coast Grammar, and kind of like that was kind of like in under 12s and 13s when like you thought everything was have to make all the rep teams there, and you thought that was like the main thing and everything. So yeah, went there, which was really exciting, and like an awesome journey there. And from that, I guess we got the opportunity to go to Nudgee, and that was just an awesome roller coaster, I guess. But playing on the coast was awesome memories, eh? Like I think it's definitely a step up going to Brisbane, obviously, as you'd expect. But
Yeah,
the
sure.
coast is just a great starting ground, I guess, and there's so much talent here.
Yeah.
As you know.
Yeah, playing on the coast is great, but I suppose if you want to take it that step further, Brisbane schools, that GPS competition is the way to go.
Yeah, 100%. I reckon. Like, it's no disrespect to the coast or anything, but it's definitely a step up, and like I think that's just to be expected, I guess. Like if you go into a place where there's a lot more dense population, I guess, and more talent going through the roof, like with all those big GPS schools, I think it's great. Like if you get to pool all that talent where you can verse each other, and like I guess get better at the end of the day as like a product of that, then that's awesome for like rugby in Australia, probably.
Oh yeah, you can clearly see it. Hey, I feel like it's a level of rugby, but there's also a level of commitment that comes with the GPS schools that you suppose you don't really get on the Sunshine Coast.
Yeah, definitely. Like I reckon it's I think when I got there, like just from like the first year, like I was under 15s, like I think I had a bit more trouble in me than I did now. And like you kind of like don't really get it. Like you want to play rugby and like and have full go at it and everything, but you just don't really know everything like that you need to do it. I guess like all the gym time and what a rugby player you want to be. But I think the cool thing about Nudgee for me was like the people you got to be around. So like for example, like I don't know if you guys know of Ethan Bullymore. I think he just made his debut for the
Bronx. For the Bronx. Yeah, I know.
Yeah. He's a gun bloke and obviously a sick footy player as well. But like just spending time with him like in the gym, like he'd wake up like every morning at like 6 and just go and roll out in the gym and stuff. So just having that kind of guidance to like motivate you to do that and go on that kind of on the same path, and like that's really good to be around. Maybe you would get at the coast, but I think it'd probably be a lot easier to find in Brizzy.
Yeah, for sure.
it's that certain type of athlete that sort of wakes up every morning and they just pulled out of bed to go and get into the gym. And
Yeah,
get into work.
100%. It's just like competitive as well, eh? Like just like more people that you like want to beat, I guess. And like if you're like a competitive person, which like I guess most athletes are, then like it's awesome to have that like a bit of competition as well.
Yeah, it sort of separates the elite from the rest, I suppose.
Yeah, 100%, 100%.
And so you made the move to Nudgee in grade 10. Is that right? Started grade 10?
Grade 10, yeah.
And was that a purely footy-based decision or was there other factors?
It was kind of everything. Like I always before I make like big decisions or pretty much any decisions really, I consult my family and stuff. And I think it was I kind of made it a little bit later than a lot of the boys on the coast, just because I know I kind of like had the belief that you could stay on the coast for ages, which probably was a little bit misguided and stuff. But once I went to Nudgee, like it was the closest one to the sunny coast. So I thought I was a bit closer to home, and obviously they've got like they've got an awesome rugby tradition, and it was a great school. But I went there knowing that I think mum and dad would have been a bit upset if I dropped my grades or anything.
Yep.
So it was about education as well. Yeah.
Yeah, so you're obviously pretty good at footy on the Sunshine Coast. And did Nudgee sort of come and approach you from there, or did you make the move to them chasing sort of a better future?
Yeah, I was lucky. They had a fella down on the coast watching at the Kauai. Oh no, it was Noosa, and he got in contact with Dad, and things went from there. But it was really lucky. Like it was I don't know, like they I think they saw a little bit in me, and then we went to the interviews as well and made a bit of a connection with the lady there. So it was a few things that I think got us there in the end.
Yeah, all right, sweet. And so you talked about it before with the sort of the different level that Brisbane rugby is. How'd you find the change going from year 9 to year 10?
Yeah, exactly. Like I remember like the first couple of games, like it was still good because you could still move people because I was a little bit of a bigger body in the younger ages before everyone caught up. But it was kind of like the first time you got hit and you're like, fuck, that was a pretty good hit. Like,
yeah,
I'm gonna get up from that one. But after you like get used to it and everything, it's just like lights that like fire in you to get better and to like try and pull away from the pack kind of thing.
Yeah, for sure.
And
Starting
so,
in year 10, bro, did you go into 16 to go straight into seconds or first? What was the sort of deal with that?
Yeah, so I played a year of under 15s, and then I was actually really lucky to play to go straight into first then. But yeah, completely. Like I think there was a few injuries. Francis Solioso, I think he got injured like a week before round 1, so that kind of like put me in the kind of like starting position. And then after that, after the weeks went on, I think I was going all right. Like I wasn't doing anything special. Like I was just working hard around the field, and they were happy with me to keep me there. So I think they shuffled another fella who was a little bit older out into the seconds, and Francis came back in because he was a bit of a bloody wrecking ball, eh? And then yeah, it kind of went from there. And I was really lucky to get the shot at the team in that first 2017 year.
Sorry, so just run us through that again. So you were in year 11 when you made your debut for the firsts?
Yeah, year 11, 16, and then I did 2 years of year 12, so I broke it up over 2018 and 19.
All right, sweet. And how'd you find, so as a younger player coming through, how'd you find the move into firsts?
Yeah, like again, like it's another step up, eh? Like it's versus some boys that are 2 years older than you.
Yeah.
And they're kind of like on that borderline of gone into like a professional setting. Yeah, it was a massive step up, and like especially scrum time. Like I think it was my first year as a front rower as well, being 16.
Oh.
And like I was just like severely underweight kind of thing. Like I think I was weighing in at like 92 kilos or something, or 90 kilos in the front row. I was just getting dicked about a bit. But I think to the back end of the season, other than the TSS round, I started to get the hang of it. And like now I fucking love scrums, and like you really for it. But back then I was just walking into the scrum like fuck, like I was not keen for it.
Yeah, like 92 kilos isn't small by any stretch, but I suppose when you're going up against those the big boys who are all 18, I suppose it makes a bit of a difference. How heavy do you reckon most of them were?
I think most of them were 100 kilos, 110 kilos.
Yeah,
but,
right.
I think the hardest one for us was TSS. And like I think that year they had a pack that was heavier than the All Blacks, and like obviously you had your Zanes, Zane Nongor, Egan Six, and Tyra got Poor in the front row, and they were like, that was like a massive front row, like big boys, and like we kind of like got up to the front of them and like looked up, and I was like, all right, this is gonna be a rough ride, and it was definitely.
Let's get shoved around for that game.
In the scrum, we did a little bit. I think we held one, but the years after that, we picked it up a lot more, and I think we I think Nudgee in general put a lot more of an emphasis of putting weight in their forward pack.
Yeah, there was definitely some dominant scrums sort of over the last 3 years from you guys.
Yeah. Well, I think that was the in the 2017, because we tied with TSS that year. It was that was the kind of one of the things that would have lost us the game was our scrum. So we had a big emphasis on fixing that up and trying to have a dominant scrum over the next 2 years.
You guys surely did.
And then was it
Yeah.
2018 where you guys had the grand final against them and you just pushed them around the park?
Yeah, exactly. Like it was it was kind of like couldn't have wrote it like any better like the year before, and then next year it was the fairy tale ending for us, which was awesome. Like there's so many good players on that paddock day. Like just there was two like perfect teams, I guess. Like there's players in that team that are like I'd just be lucky to play with it again, kind of thing. But yeah, it was awesome to win that.
The atmosphere too would have been hectic.
Yeah, definitely. Like Ross Oval is always a good place to play, but with 10,000 people there, it definitely escalates it.
Yeah, I can imagine. And so you finished your year in grade 10, in grade 11, and you guys tied for the premiership.
Grade 11 we tied.
And then 2018 you moved in and you were the captain of Nudgee.
Yeah.
How'd that come about, and how did it, man, what were the emotions you were feeling when you found out?
Because it's such a long preseason, it was kind of like a build up to it, and I knew that there was only a few boys that had played the year before as well. So, and that's usually they look to the boys that have played the year before for a little bit of leadership roles. And it wasn't really like in my head that we were going for the captaincy role. I was just focused on beating TSS and all the other teams that year, and if that meant getting in a leadership role to spur some of the younger fellas on, then that's what we were kind of going to do. And like just when I got the tap on the shoulder that the job was on, I was like really excited for it, obviously, but I was a little bit nervous. But I don't know, I just knew there was a lot of challenges ahead, and that it was just going to be about bringing the team together a lot of the role.
Yeah, there's no doubt it'd be a big task. How did you find sort of the downtimes? And there's a few videos I've seen of you addressing the school after the loss. I think it was BBC maybe. And you held your head high, and it was a really good display of captaincy. But how did you sort of learn that, or
I think it's a weird one with the GPS schools, because you kind of like, or at least you finish the game and then you got to go over and address the grandstand. And if it's a win, it's like it's pretty easy and it's awesome. But if it's a loss, it's kind of on a bit of a down note, and you don't really want to do it. But it's something that you just got to do anyway. But I know I just tried to focus on the positives, and usually there is in every game, like especially playing for like something that you're so passionate about. Like usually there's always something positive you can find out of it, and try and focus on that, and bring it towards next week and try and get the support on our side as well.
Yes, sweet. Oh. And you went through, so a big one here, Rajan Pasatoa, you went through 3 years playing with him. He's now probably the biggest schoolboy name in footy. Yeah, how'd you find playing with him? Did you have a fair bit to do with him, or?
Yeah, no, love Rashan, mate. Like he's a really good bloke, and probably an even better footy player. No, just kidding. He's a good bloke. He's a gunner. Like we're pretty close still now. Like I'll throw him a text every now and again. Just if I'm looking to buy a new shoe, obviously I got to hit him up first, because he's the guru about that kind of shit.
Oh, is he?
Oh, mate, all over it. Like, mate, you should see that guy's collection, man. He's got.
He keeps it hums though.
Oh, completely, mate. If he gets a chance, he'll put a bit of heat on you, but he'll drop a Yeezy out every now and again and try and hit you with an off-white or something. But he's an awesome dude, Rashan, but playing with him was awesome. Like it was kind of like between those last 2 years, like it was easy. Like in the forwards, we had a lot of like dominant players there, so we could kind of talk between us and just focus on what our job was. And then if there was something in the outfield, I'd just go to Rashaan or Josh Fluke or something, and just be like, what's going on, and you get straight and answer straight away. Like, I think that's a lot of the like a problem with like a failing team, I guess. Like you can't isolate the problem. And when you got like players like that, they're not going to like dance around the issue. They just tell you what it is straight away, and you can kind of fix it together, which was just awesome. Like playing with Rashaan, like he was really good with that, with the communication and just doing his role as well. And then probably scoring a few freak tries again that you're not expecting either as well helps.
100%.
Yeah. And you just sort of, as you guys came through, you sort of just watched him get bigger and bigger.
Oh, completely. Like I remember, I think it was last year or something, he came back and I was like, far out, bro. Like, you want to play in the front row and I'll play fly half this year or something.
Yeah.
What's up? And he comes back, he's huge. He was beating me at bench press for a while there, eh? Like I was getting worried, like we'd go into the gym and testing day and he'd be on the same bench as me, and I was like, get out of here, bro. Like,
hurt the ego a bit when the fly halves lifted more than you.
Yeah, like he was getting up there, and I was like, far out, bro. If you put another 10 on, I'm leaving this place, man. But he's slimmed down now. If you've seen him lately, like he's got his 6-pack and everything going, and he's loving life. But he'd kill it. Eh? Like he's got that temperament where right amount of work and play in him, and he's really cool character, that I think that you need at fly half. Like you want a guy that's doesn't stress too much and get flustered under the pressure.
Yeah.
For sure, that was him.
Yeah, because I remember seeing him when Onion TV did the what's called the season.
Yeah.
And you sort of see him, and he sort of made his breakout year and had that kick against Terrace, and he was a bit of a smaller guy. And then you watch him the next 2 years, and he's just running over people.
Yeah, completely, bro. Completely.
Became so dominant in that 10 position.
Yeah, exactly. Like and that was the thing. Like he could have played 12, I guess, if they really wanted to.
Yeah,
he's got bugs all over my screen for some reason. But he could have played 12 if he needed to. But just because he was so cool, and if you've got a guy that's like that dominant in the 10 position, like why not put him there? I guess. And like he was awesome.
Yes, sweet. And just on that, we had you had Onion TV with you.
Yeah.
So that was your first year playing, if I'm correct. How'd you find that experience? Did they interview?
It was really cool. Yeah, there was like they did all the interviews at the end. So like we came into like a dark room and they asked us a bunch of questions, and you kind of like just answering them as much as you can, and or you'd say like or something, and it'd just be like, and just
start again.
Just nodding your head at you, and I was like, shit. Trying like to speak without saying any like A's or R's. But it was really cool. You hardly noticed them, eh? Like that was a part of like I think the school's guidelines. Like they said, obviously don't interrupt anything to do with our preparation, and then anything. And while the boys are at school, they're at school, so like you can't interrupt them really. But I think they came into like our classroom once, and we're just sitting in the back, and it's like looked up and like forgot they were there, and I was like, oh, that's weird. And then it was really good. But like they were really good production, I reckon. Like they're just they can be there and get all the good footage, but you can hardly notice them as well.
That you stick to your own game too, not get in the way too much.
Exactly.
They still made banging shows. I remember when it came out, there was so much hype around it. Everyone was talking about the Nudgee this season.
Yeah, I was a bit worried when it came out because I was like, I hoping it looked like stuck up dicks on this, but it was all right when it came out. It was really cool to see everything the way it unfolded.
Nice.
They did it really well, eh?
And what a way to start it with the game against Terrace.
Yeah, I reckon. That was my first game playing first 15, and I was just I couldn't eat. Like before the game at Nudgee, like we always had we had like a few red frogs before you run on, just for probably a bit of sugar or something. But I remember trying to like eat a red frog, and I could not swallow. Like my throat was like dead dry. I could not swallow. I was like just freaking out, walking out, and like the field's like completely surrounded with people. Yeah. And everyone's just breathing fire, and like I was walking out, and I don't know, I was just really excited as well. Yeah.
Yeah, pretty nervous.
Yeah.
And how'd you find the first contact? Everything about that?
Yeah, exactly. Like that's what our assistant coach Andrew Scotney at the time he was full head time. He was head coach for the next 2 years, but then he was assistant coach, and he was just like, Doesn't matter what happens, mate. Like, you'll walk out and see the girls on the sideline, and they'll know if you're a good player or not after the first 30 seconds. And I was like, shit. but no, it was good. Yeah, after the kickoff, it was just into game times and doing my role, I guess.
Yeah, man. And so you probably would have been coming off after that game, and what a turn of events. Sort of getting that last try, and then the kick to win it, and then missing it, and then having another shot.
Yeah,
you're probably coming off your head spinning. You're like, oh, I hope every game's not like that.
Yeah, exactly. Like, you're coming off, and you're like, wow, this is the best thing that could have happened. And then you're thinking, fuck, I hope that doesn't happen next week. But yeah, it was awesome. Like that, it was always a really physical game between Nudgee and Terrace, just because it doesn't matter if they're on the bottom of the ladder or the top. Like, they're going to play their best game against Nudgee, and like it's kind of like what you had to get used to over the couple of years that I was playing.
Yeah, sweet. All right, and so talk us through, as you're coming up, you made a few representative starts.
Yeah. So
was that lucky, when? Sorry. Yeah, you go, man.
No, you go, mate. You go.
I was going to say, was that when you sort of realised there's more of a career here than what was on the Sunshine Coast, and maybe I can actually make it somewhere here? Yeah,
definitely. I think after that 2017 year, after being like a bit mentored by like the boys like Bully and Phoenix Hunt and people like that, like you'd I kind of like thought like I'll give this a fair crack. Like I was never like I've never had like an awesome, like been a massive talent or anything, but I reckon like if I can work hard, then like I'll be around the kind of ballpark figure. Like, work hard in the gym and everything, and just make sure I'm doing my role well and being the best front rower I can be, then I should be around that kind of a level that I wanted to. And 2018 was super lucky to be in the Aussie, the Queensland team, and they got picked in the Aussie team from that, which was just like a dream come true. Like, I wasn't expecting it at all, but when it came, I was 100% ready for it. Like, I was just busting to do it, and it was a really good year to get into it as well, because we got to go to the Ireland and Scotland and Ireland tour to the UK, and like that was sick. Like, massive experiences there. Just all the boys from around Australia, like they're again one year older than us, and like just learning from them as well, and like picking up little bits of their game and adding it onto mine, and maybe their leadership styles, and like bringing that back to the Nudge and to the teams that I was in, kind of thing. And then 2019, it kind of like changed the setting of it. I don't know how it went. I think our Rugby Australia took over, and it wasn't the schoolboys anymore.
Yep.
But it was pretty much the same thing. So just Queensland Academy, and then from that they picked the Australian under-18 team, and that was sick, going over to New Zealand and giving them one back and winning at home. Like, that was probably one of the best feelings ever. Like, just
history.
Hearing that final whistle blow and knowing that you got the job done for all the people back home, that was awesome.
Yeah, no, it's definitely something to look forward to in the future, having a dominant side coming through.
Yeah, definitely. Like, I think that's something to look forward to in Australian rugby. Like, there's a few coaches, and definitely just the way that Australian rugby in the early stages at least is heading. Like, it seems to be a really tough brand where we just want to fucking win no matter what, I guess, and just be the toughest blokes on the field on any day. And like, I think this Corona stuff is, if it's any time, like, it's a test of that. And if there's a few international games for the 20s this year or next year, like, I think that'll be a really good time to test how that's all gone for us.
Yeah, nice. And just backtracking a bit, how did you find your time playing for Australia?
Just completely sick. Like, you never it never really soaks in until you're like really out there, and you're singing the national anthem, and you look down and you've got the badge on your chest, and all your parents in the grandstands, and just looking back at it, and you're like, wow, how did this happen? And you're just completely ready for it though. Like, you walk onto it, and it's a battlefield day, and you're willing to do anything for your country, I guess. And I think we're in New Zealand, and they had like the leadership group. We had like we said a few things before the New Zealand game, which was always like our big game anyway. And like, I remember we just like said, it doesn't matter what ethnicity you're from. Like, it doesn't matter if you're not doing this for Australia, if it's doing it for your brother or your sister back home. Like, we just got to pull together and get that done. And it was a massive brotherhood. Like, awesome experience.
So I take it you guys gel well?
Yeah, definitely. I think it's hard not to when you're in that kind of environment. Like, everyone's just got that common goal that you're striving towards really, really well. So it's hard not to get along with everyone.
You probably knew how most of them played from playing them for so many years.
Yeah,
definitely. In the GPS comp.
Yeah, pretty much. Like, we'd verse them either in the GPS comp or the boys from New South Wales and Vic in ACT. Like, if we hadn't versed them in like the like state games, we would have versed them like somewhere around the place or watched them on the on YouTube or something. So yeah, we're pretty familiar with everyone anyway.
Yeah, sweet. And now everyone can listen to him talk on this podcast.
That's it, eh? That's it.
Well, that's what we're hoping for, man. Now, were you the captain of the Australian team?
No, that was Josh Fluke.
Oh, Josh Fluke.
Another gun, bro.
Yeah, completely, mate. He's an awesome bloke as well too. Like, the thing about Flukey, but like, he'll just tackle anything that moves.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's
crazy. He's at UQ this year, is that right?
Oh no, he's at Brothers. We're
Brothers with you.
Yeah.
Jeez, Brothers are getting a stacked team.
I think it's a fair competition, but like, UQ's got a few people. I think even Bond's got a free team. Like, most of the TSS boys went to Bond, so like, it'll be sick. Yeah,
it'll be a good competition. Yeah. How's and so now this year you're obviously playing for Brothers. How was the pre-season before everything got cancelled?
Yeah, it was super weird. Like, we did most of our pre-season with the academy.
Oh yeah.
And just coming into the last like couple of weeks, we went into the Prem grade and Colts 1 kind of setting and just going up and down, just trying to get a grip of both.
Yeah.
Just doing a trial for both of those teams was awesome. Like, it's so much. It's different again from GPS. Like, obviously in Prem grade, like, the bodies are like much bigger, and you're versing like men that are either like close to the top of their career or they're coming down, and they're just really experienced and can hit a lot harder.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's awesome to be out there though and just get amongst that.
Yeah. And so you've played trials for both the under-20s and the Prem grade sides?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
How'd you find your trial for the Prems?
Yeah, exactly. Like, it's a bit of a baptism of fire, eh? Like, you walk in and like, I remember I think the Jeep side, they had like a big dude and he's just like looking at me, he was smiling with a gold tooth, and I was like, you're going home to your kids, and I'm going to go home and study my uni degree, mate. But no, it's sick environment, but like, just getting the chance to have a whack with a few of those boys, and definitely at Brothers, the culture's awesome. Like, some of the older fellas there, like, they're not going to let us take a step backwards either. So that's really exciting.
Always supporting. That's always good.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, there seems to be a pretty high standard set for Prem grade in Brisbane.
Yeah, definitely.
I'm sure you felt that.
Yeah, it was cool. It was like going back to being 16 and playing in the first again. Like, you're back to being a small guy again. So that's right. Yeah.
Hey.
And so Brothers had that trial against UQ before the Reds?
Yeah, so they oh yeah, of course.
For Colts. And did you get to play in that game?
No, we weren't allowed to play in that game, but we were on the sideline watching and stuff.
Oh yeah, sweet.
So that was cool. Yeah, it looked awesome, but I'd like they got the chance to run on at Suncorp and just have a chill on the field. So that was cool as well.
Yeah, you're at Suncorp, but you're not playing. You just get to enjoy it. Get to enjoy it more rather than getting.
Yeah, mate. Mac really he was chucking goosies on. He was running water out, and he was still looking like the star out there. Like this guy.
I wouldn't put it past him.
Yeah, he loves it.
Yeah, no, definitely not.
So coming into COVID, you're still training quite a bit though. They supplied you with anything or workout programs and stuff?
It's been pretty like the Reds have given us a gym and a running program, and like I've got a little bit of a twinge in my hips at the moment, so I've just been looking after that. But it's cool. Like you get to, I think now probably train a little bit more just because you can kind of monitor yourself like that way. Like, you know, if like I think at academy and in the kind of like Reds program, like because you're only getting in touch with them like 5 days a week or whatever, they've got to hit like 2 body points at a time and stuff. So you can't train every day. But here it's kind of like you can like hit yourself pretty hard in a certain body area and then recover and do another one the next day. So you're kind of like constantly on that recovery and training loop. So it's pretty productive, I think. But yeah, it's been cool just monitoring your own eating as well and trying to just keep an eye on the scales as well. But yeah, that's it.
Hey,
And so the Reds are looking after you, and how's that all been as well?
Yeah, that's been awesome. Like they've been really cool along with ARU, like with the communication throughout the whole COVID-19. Like they've been really transparent, I think, with all of us, like just keeping us updated when they can, and telling us like if we've got any problems, just to give them a ring, and they'll try and sort things out for us and things like that. Like I've gone because I was living in Brizzy, just at a house and just renting that out, but through COVID, like there wasn't much point having it if I was going to be home, and because I've got more gym stuff at home and an oval close to there. So just being back on the sunny coast and not really going into Ballymore every day, like it's been probably a big change, but they've been really supportive of that.
Yeah, sweet. Seems like a pretty good. Everyone who's sort of been with the Reds Academy and stuff has had good stuff to say. So it seems like a pretty good environment to play in.
Yeah.
Hopefully start building up. They got heaps of talent coming through.
Yeah, 100. Like, yeah, you have a look around and like, it's weird because they're all good blokes too. Like it's kind of like when we were doing the preseason, it's we're all like, that's all like our kind of like friendship groups too. Like because we're seeing each other every day, so like it's hard not to be like that close with the boys. So looking forward to seeing them all. Yeah,
I love it, hanging out with the boys every day.
That's it, mate. That's it.
That's what you want.
That's the way. All right, man. So I suppose we're sort of coming to the end. We'll throw it to Coops, and he's just got a few questions to fire away at you, and we'll keep going.
Yeah, sweet. Go on. Where would you see yourself if you weren't playing rugby? So what would you be doing, man?
Oh, bro, I don't know. Like I definitely I think I'd be doing something physical, whether that's just having to go at the gym and seeing what kind of goes there, but I think I'd be keen on doing a bit of study still, probably doing the same thing around that. But I don't know. I've always kind of like had an interest in the army and like really respected everything there. So maybe I'd be somewhere over there doing that kind of a thing. But I'd probably be doing a pretty similar thing, except wouldn't be on the field, I guess.
Yeah. And so you said you'd be in the gym. Do you fancy yourself as a bit of a weightlifter?
Oh, I don't know if I fancy myself. But no, I love going to the gym every now and again. Like, well, not every now and again, a fair bit. But I just love it. Like, it's a bit of a release and get your head sorted in there a little bit. But whether you're doing something heavy or just stretching or something, like it's a good kind of like therapy session for me anyway.
For sure.
Yeah, so I'd probably be pretty keen on doing something along that line.
So yeah, the gym's a good release. It's good for your mental space, hey?
Yeah, 100%. Like I think I've always been like a pretty like a kind of active person, so like it's a good like place just to chill out and get away from everything. Like doesn't matter if you got exams tomorrow, like you get in there and you're not really worried about that. You're more worried about weight crushing you. So
yeah, putting up the biggest lift you can.
Yeah, that's it. Especially if there's a few girls around. So
yeah, that's right.
Or Josh Luke, that'd be pretty cool to impress as well. So.
If you could play rugby anywhere else that's not in Australia, where would you play?
Just on that, going to that UK tour, like seeing like those places over there, I was like, a lot of the boys were like, yo, this is pretty sick. I was like, fuck that, bro. Like, it's cold, man. Like, no way I'll go over there. Like, they're getting paid millions of dollars. They deserve it. It's freezing, man. I thought I'd go over there and like, I packed like one beanie or something, and Mum's like, "Is it cold?" And I was like, "Yeah, I know it's cold," but I thought it'd be like, you know, when you put the aircon on like 18 degrees, I thought it's uncomfortably cold. I thought it'd be like that. You go over there, bro. They've got like ice on the road. It's
like freezing.
Freezing, man. And so like, I was completely off it for a bit, but nah, it'd be sick to go over to like I guess France or like Japan or something like that. That'd be a really cool place. USA even like that. That'd be gone, but I don't know. All around the world, I guess, have got some cool like programs and opportunities. But I reckon Australia is like where my passion is at the moment, and trying to give that my best crack. Yeah.
Oh yeah, you're in the right place, I reckon.
Yeah.
You'll start growing, and then you'll be off.
Hopefully.
If you could train with any professional player, who would it be and why? So it can be any player. It doesn't have to be a rugby player, but
professional player. Honestly, I do watch a fair bit of rugby, but I watch a lot of watch a fair bit of rugby league as well, and I'd probably say someone just being around someone like Johnny Thurston or something.
Yeah.
Just because because I'm from up North Queensland ways, for the kind of like things he's done for the community around there, it'd be awesome to like not only like pick his brain just with his training ethic, but kind of bloke he is. I reckon that'd be a really cool opportunity.
He spreads such a good message. One of those blokes that just have the best attitude on and off the field.
Yeah, mate. Like he's just he's like, I don't know, he's gold to everyone around him. I guess like just been a leader everywhere. So.
And he's just got a proper footy brain. Imagine that.
Yeah, I like just watching his interviews as a young fella. He was like always try to like play fast, think slow, and I was like, fuck, I wish I could do that.
Yeah. He sees things no one else can.
Yeah, complete. I think like you don't have to be a playmaker or whatever, or like a rugby league fly half to like connect with like the kind of player he is and like what to do. Like he just like I think he's got so many valuable parts of his game that kind of like every player needs. Whether it's like his leadership or like he's always going like in the last couple of minutes or when things are hitting the fan, like he's the guy that gets up and he's just running things the whole time. So yeah, I really, really respect him. But in saying that, like you got heaps of players like Alan Alatoa, like he'd be a gun to be around, I guess, and just pick his brain as well. Like JP at the Reds, like a few training sessions with him and he's just sick, like he's a South African bro, so he just gets straight to the point, man. Like
he has a twin, I think I've seen them. Yeah, there's two of them.
Yeah, twins. So Rowan, he went down to the Rebels, I think, this year. But JP's they both have given us a little bit of a chat, but because JP's still there, like he's awesome as well.
Yeah, that was actually following into my next question. With your time at the Reds Academy sort of thing, did you touch base with a few of the Reds players or?
Yeah, definitely. So just being around people like I think Harry Hoopert's come down and have a talk to us. I actually went to school with Dane Zander for a year, but I didn't really have much to do with him, obviously.
That's the young gun that came through. I remember watching him when he first debuted. Yeah,
so I like give him a nod every now and again and like say good day, but I probably had more to do training wise with JP and Harry Hoopert, and like that they've been just the things that they say, I guess, is like invaluable, like just straight up, like straight to the point. Or if you're trying something with them and they kind of like know what you're doing because they're like in the same position and been through the whole thing, and they can say, that's good, but if you do this a bit more, it's safer, kind of thing in the scrum. So like getting their advice is like awesome, and like you always take a lot of notice of them.
Yeah. Just quickly, finally, any other hobbies outside rugby that you want us to know about? This is always the best one. So
hobbies. I'll probably do a bit of singing. Nah, just kidding.
Singing.
Yeah. Some people call me the White Kanye, but that's just if you want.
Just heard that somewhere.
Yeah, half Samoan, whatever.
You just got a feature on our Instagram later as the White Kanye.
Yeah, bro. A lot of people say that. I think that's what Zane Nongor calls me, but like I'm not gonna commit to him on that or whatever. Like if he wants to change that to be my Snapchat name, then that's fine.
So are we gonna have any raps coming from you later on?
Nah, bro. I don't want to set the screen on fire, Like, but yeah, probably on a serious note, just chilling out in the yard and going for a bit of a surf every now and again. Pretty bad at it, but it's a bit of fun anyway. Love going to the ocean, I guess.
Hey,
hanging out with the boys.
That's it, Like just seeing the boys when I can. Love being with the family. Going for a bit of a Netflix binge when we're not training. Like that's always gone. Like just relaxing a bit.
Mad.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah. Sounds
Love
like the
that.
life, bro.
Yeah. Cheers, lad.
I reckon that just about wraps us up.
So easy.
Good poddy.
Yeah, cheers, Kevin. Just really appreciate it. Hope you get heaps of boys on as well.
Yeah. We hope so too. Anything you want to say to the fans as the White Kanye before you finish off?
Yeah, keep it real. Keep it going, boys. Give these boys a bit of love. Like, definitely good group of blokes. So, cheers for that, fellas.
Yeah, Matt. Thank you, bro. We'll catch you later.
Hey.
Take it
Bye.
easy. Be safe.